know, a little fun fact about this video. This is like my 9th take, 10th take, 12th. I don't know, man. I'm losing track. Last one, there was actually a fire alarm that came on mid one, so that was exciting. But thank you for being here. Thanks for tuning into the channel. I'm really excited about today's talk. I think it's going to be beneficial. I actually had like a little intro song I wanted to play for it. I'll play a little bit about it. Here we are. You don't know the song? How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. It's a good song. And that ties into what I want to talk about today. Friends, man. Friends, friends, friends. It's so important in our lives that we're hanging around and choosing to be friends with the right people. You don't realize it, man, but your friends play a huge impact on the person that you are and are becoming. And it wasn't until I really realized that I was able to start taking more leaps and bounds into becoming the person who I am today and who I continue to become to grow. Your friends have a huge impact on your life, and it's time that we start choosing the right friends. So I just want to talk a little bit about my experiences and, you know, with choosing friends and try to just give you some value. These are just my thoughts. You know, you don't have to agree with my thoughts or what I think. These are just what I think, and I think that it could be valuable to you. It was valuable to me, so that's that. And we'll just get right into it. All right, I do want to say one thing. I'm sorry I didn't do the video last week. I was in Palm Springs. I took a vacation the weekend before, and I had fun, and I needed a couple days to recover, and that's that. And I'm being honest, I don't feel too bad about it because I haven't had a lot of fun like that in a while, so it was good just to let loose and not have to worry about shit. So. But here we are, back to reality. Not that this is like a thing that I feel forced to do, but I'm just talking about in life in general, back to reality of the grind and stuff like that. So it's cool. I'm excited about that. I also started a little 28-day challenge today of no drinking, no smoking, clean eating, and working out for 28 days. So I'm excited about that. I know previously I did the 75 hard challenge, but it's just good to throw these things into life, you know, because they are hard. They do demand growth a little bit because it's hard to, when you have these things of the no drinking, the no smoking, the clean eating, you find it's a lot harder to say no to things than you've ever realized, and especially when you're taking that option away. So I'm excited for these next 28 days to kind of continue to grow through that. So I want to talk about friends. Like I said earlier, it's so important that we're choosing the right people in our lives to be around and associate with. Because your friends are either picking you up and helping you grow, or they're bringing you down and dragging you down and taking you farther away from the person that you want to become. But when we talk about friends, like, one thing I want to say is I want to be cool with everyone, and you should want to be cool with everyone. That was one thing, like, growing up, like, I felt like the only people I could be cool with was my little friend group and stuff like that. Everyone else kind of fuck you, you know, type of thing. That's not a good thing. Like, now in my life and how I think things that should be is that you should try to be cool with everyone, even if, but that doesn't, like, with also that being said, but not everyone deserves to be your friend, but you should be cool with everyone. You should treat everyone with respect and love and with kindness, you know, not just your friends, but that doesn't mean that everyone that you're cool with deserves to be your friend. And you can just be acquaintances, like, hey bro, I love you and shit, like, and I'm cool with you, but like, I don't want to be your friend because you be doing some weird shit sometimes and stuff like that. But I'm cool with you, like, you do you, I do me, type of thing. I think one of the worst habits that I see with people in making friends is they make friends. It's either that they make friends or they currently are just friends with people who just make us feel better. Like, I found myself in that situation a lot. Is I would make friends with people who would just make me feel better. And there's two things that really came to mind when I thought about that. And maybe when you're watching this video that there's some more that you can think of from your own personal experiences that I'd love for you to type in the comments below or send me a message about or something like that. But I found myself always choosing friends for people who make us feel better. Now you might be saying, like, bro, aren't you supposed to make friends with people who make you feel better? Yes, but listen to what, like, in the context of what I'm saying it in, is that sometimes we just want to make friends with people, like, based off status, like people who make us feel cool, like, and that's what makes us feel better, is like we're around people and we're like, man, I feel better, I feel cool. Like this person's cool. They have status. Like people know this person. Yo, I feel dope to be around this person. And I found myself like in those situations a lot. Like you want to hang around people who just got a bunch of Instagram followers, or you know they got a cool car, or their parents got a lot of money and they do a bunch of fun shit that you can portray, like these status things that make you feel cool just to be around. And the problem with this is like when you start hanging around with these types of friends too much, like you're not yourself. Like you start acting out of character. You start doing some goofy shit just to remain within the circle. Like, cause there will become points like in those types of friendships, like when you just want to be friends with people based off of like the status that they have and you like being affiliated with it, is you're asked to do things that you wouldn't normally do, and you do them because you want to keep a seat at the table. Like in a sense, when I wrote here in my notes, if I'm sorry if I glance down a lot, like in advance, it's just because I'm working at this. Maybe one day I won't even need this and can speak off the top, but right now I just like reading off my notes. So in a sense, you kind of like sell your soul to keep a seat at the table, and that's not good. All those types of friendships are so surface level, like there's no deep connection. That's what it's missing, is it's missing deep connection. Like it's so surface level with those friends. Those are the friends that I would notice that like would sell me out or replace me in a heartbeat for someone else who just wants to do what they say, I guess, or whatever you could think. I know that would come about for me of why those friendships were so surface levels, because the minute that I would decide that no man, I don't want to do this, like what is just something I really didn't want to do, or like I would maybe speak up and say, hey, like I don't think that's like cool or something like that, like you question like their authority or their status or any type of way, boom, you're gone. Like they start to see you as a threat to who they are, when you were in reality just trying to be real with them and like thinking that you were trying to do the right thing, and they replace you. And that kind of ties into number two. And sometimes, so first, the number one is don't make friends with people based off of status. Like just because someone looks cool, looks the part, drives a cool car, makes some money, or shit like that, has a bunch of Instagram followers, you shouldn't just want to be friends with them for those types of reasons. Like status is fucking retarded. Don't make friends with people based off that type of stuff, because it'll never be a deep connection. And number two is don't make friends with people who always just say or do what you want to hear. Like, how do I tie this in? So like with me and my close friends, the one thing that I appreciate the most is that we can be brutally honest with each other. Like they always don't tell me what I want to hear. Like when I be messing up or I'm doing something stupid, they'll tell me the shit that I don't want to hear. That's like, hey bro, like honestly you're acting like kind of a fool right now and I don't think that you should do it. It's kind of a bad look. Or hey bro, like how you're conducting yourself around these people, like I know you're having fun and you think it's cool, but it's not. It's stupid and you shouldn't be doing that type of shit. Like people who will call you out. So what I'm saying by this is people who always say or do what you want to hear, is because sometimes like in life we won't be friends with people who are real with us, and it's because they tell us the truth of the fucking matter, and sometimes as people we can't handle the fucking truth, so we don't associate with people who shed light and shed truth on our life. We want to be with the people like when something hard is going on in life, rather than being friends with someone who is just like, hey man, like honestly you just need to stop being a bitch, like you need to just man up and you need to handle your shit. Rather than there's those friends who are those friends that you would rather be friends with, that are just saying, hey man, you know what we should do? We should just go to the bar and drink about it, or pick up a little baggie and do some blow and just fucking and think about life and shit like this. Like people would rather be friends with the people who just make things seem easier. Does that make sense? Like not easier as in like a good term, easier as in a bad term, because they don't direct you to the hard truths and the hard foundations and bring up the shit to you that you need to address. You just want to hang around the people that just tell you what you want to hear and do what you want them to do because it's easy. They don't fight against those types of curbs. So hopefully I did a decent job on explaining that, of You don't want to make friends with people who always just say what you want to hear and do what you want them to do. So my thoughts on how to make the right friends. And like my outlook is, I'm not concerned like when I'm thinking or like when if I'm just going through those thoughts in my head, like do I want to be friends with this person? I'm not concerned with how much money they make. I'm not concerned with their status in life. I'm not concerned with what kind of car they're driving or where they live or any of that bullshit. I'm just not concerned about that. You know, I'm really looking for and interested in one thing. It's the quality of their heart and their soul. I ask some questions to myself, you know, does this person, do they carry themselves with love and kindness? Like earlier, like when we said, are they cool with people? Like I know people who are cool with everyone, but they have a small select friend group. Like when I see these people interact, are they cool with everyone? Do people respect them? Do they show respect to other people? Do they act kindly to people? Do they act lovingly? Or are they selfish and jealous and are constantly talking slander to people and other people and about other people and things like that? That's one thing the first thing I look at is, how do these people carry themselves? Second thing is, do they have purpose and drive for what they do in life? I don't want to really if I'm being honest, I don't want to associate with people who don't have a purpose and who don't know their purpose and don't have a drive to achieve it in life. Like if you're just someone wandering around and you like, and this isn't saying 9 to 5, but if you just in the sense like in your mind just go to do something to punch in and punch out, and that's what you do to make some money, and it doesn't really bring you any fulfillment or any purpose or things like that, I don't know, like I just don't really want to associate with people like that too much. And that might sound really harsh, and that doesn't have to be a truth for you, but for me, like, is I want to be around people who have purpose and drive. Like they're on fire, they're excited about life, like they're excited for Mondays, they're excited about what they're doing and what they're trying to accomplish in life. Like those are the types of people that I want to be around. And then lastly is, are you someone that when people are around you, you make them better? Like, do you ever have those friends when you're around, it just like, they just always got a smile and they have this aura to them. When you're around them, like you just feel like in a better place, in a better mood, with better energy. Like when you leave them, like you feel charged, like you want to take on the world. Like those are the types of friends that I want to be around. As friends who are making me better. And I think that you should too. That's an important thing. So I also think one of the biggest questions that we have to ask ourselves is if we're the problem. Because sometimes the trouble with making these types of friends isn't the struggle of finding them, it's the trouble of they don't want to be around you. And this is where I found myself. This was the big question I had to ask myself is, maybe I'm the problem. You get around these types of people and maybe you're not cool and you're not kind, or you're not passionate and you're not driven, and you don't make people feel better when they're around you. So why would those people want to be friends with you? So one of the questions that we ask ourselves is, okay, I'm struggling to make friends. Am I part of the problem? Am I the reason? Am I my own roadblock to making these types of friends? And you need to be able to truthfully answer that question for yourself, because sometimes that is the answer, is we're not the type of friend that the friends that we want to be friends with are attracted to. So we have to change our vibration and change who we are as people and start improving our character and the quality of our hearts and souls so that we can attract the people that we want to be around. Because it's so simple, man. Like life's about frequencies. You know, if you're on 97.2, you're going to attract a bunch of people that are on listening to 97.2. But if you want to listen to 102.7, but you're on 92.7, you got to change that frequency a little bit if you want to hang around the friends that are over on this frequency. So you just got to tune in. You got to change your insides and change who you are and your psychology of the way that you think. And I think that you need to be able to face the hard truths in life, not run away from them, but run towards them and fix who you are so that you can start attracting the friends that you want in life. It's a short talk. I would love to make this better because, you know, just listening to the way I talked a little bit about it and reading over my notes, there's a lot more depth in a topic like this, because it is really important about who we choose our friends. But just safekeeping, you know, don't make friends with people based off status. Don't make friends with people that just tell you the bullshit stuff that you want to hear or act how you want them to act. choose the friends that sometimes it's difficult being friends with them because they tell you shit that you don't want to hear, but you know that you need to act upon, that they have their best intentions for you in life. And one thing that I noticed is when I started getting around better people and started, forming better relationships with people who just make me better, and the people like how I explained about my life really started to take off in a way more positive direction. It's important, they always say the 5 closest people you hang around with are probably pretty much similar to who you are as a person. And sometimes you hear these people who are like, yeah, I know he's a jackass and he's a dumb, but I'm different. But it's like, bro, how are you different when you're always around them? You're gonna get caught in the same bad, stupid decisions that they're making and doing the same stupid shit. And like also, you can even look at it from like an income standpoint. When I look at my 5 closest friends, like I kind of make, relatively the same amount of money as them. So, one thing to ask myself, I want to make more money. Well, who do I need to put myself around better to help me better in that situation? And I don't really want to think about it in like an income standpoint, because I said it doesn't matter about income when it comes to making friends. I'm really concerned with just the quality of the soul and heart of people. But I hope you got some value out of this. Friends are important. Make better friends. If you want to be my friend, you should send me a message and we should become best friends. But make sure your shit's in check, because if it ain't, we ain't gonna be friends for very long. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Next video next week, it's gonna be so much better. I feel like this video, and I'm not saying it sounds so like contradicting, like why would you talk bad on your own videos or something? It's not that I'm talking bad. I think one thing I'm super excited on is just like, I'm excited to look back on these videos in a year and be like, man, yeah, the fucking book wall in the back, setup was janky, like you sounded like shit, right, when you would speak, and now look where you're at. Like, I'm excited for those. So I'm excited to grow. I'm excited for the people that are subscribed to my channel to grow with me. I'm excited for the new people to come and grow with me. I'm just excited about everything. So thank you guys for watching. You have a great rest of your Monday. Attack the fucking week, and let's make some shit happen, baby. Let's go.